Hello, my name is Oscar. I'm with our compliance department at our company, and we're here to review the Detailed Written Order or DWO process. If you are attending this training session, you might be a documentation specialist or you might be part of the billing team. Our company supplies durable medical equipment or DME. Medicare requires that we have a completed DWO before submitting a claim. This is important because if we bill for items in the encounter without the DWO prior to delivery, Medicare will deny the claim. The False Claims Act requires we provide this documentation to show that the items the patient needs are medically necessary, which is why the DWO is so important. What a DWO looks like. Before the meeting, you received a copy of a DWO, and our company has a blank form that is sent to the referring provider that has the following: beneficiary's name, item being ordered, the NPI of the prescribing physician/practitioner, the signature of the prescribing physician/practitioner, and the date of the order. Preparing a DWO request. Here are some things to check before sending forms for the referring provider to sign. A patient who has an open task to obtain a DWO must have a Medicare insurance payer. Payers may change over time, so it is worth verifying the patient's active insurance. If the patient has a non-Medicare payer or is self-pay, the task can be closed out, because we wouldn't need a DWO. Additionally, the prescribing provider must have an NPI number. Next, the referring provider must be PECOS enrolled. Medicare PECOS stands for Provider Enrollment Chain and Ownership System, and the enrolled providers are allowed to prescribe items such as durable medical equipment. You can check enrollment by performing a search at opedge.com/PECOS. Our practice management system has all the information needed to send the provider a request for the DWO over electronic fax. To make sure the DWO request is going to the right location, it is helpful to check the internet for providers' information or call their office to verify their fax number. Once the request is sent to the provider, update the task to status in progress. Add a note stating that the DWO request was sent, and set up a follow-up for a week from the current day. Following up on a DWO. It is expected that DWO request tasks are followed up with 3 times with a week between each time. You can view the task assigned to you by using the My Task button in your work log. It is important to minimize the likelihood of sending a DWO request to the wrong fax number, as it can slow down the process of obtaining a DWO. Additionally, sending the wrong provider the DWO can be a concern for HIPAA compliance. Receiving and validating a DWO. Once we receive a DWO, file it in the patient's chart using the DWO label. Update the task by adding a note that says it was received, and change the task subgrouping to DWO received. A task that has the DWO received subgrouping is ready to be validated. Some things to keep in mind for validation are making sure it was completed, checking to see whether the referring provider is still the same, as this may change over time, checking that all the items for the encounter are listed on the DWO, as this may also change over time. Physician stamp signatures are not accepted, so make sure that the physician's signature is not stamped. If any of these aspects are missing, you will need to follow up with the provider. Violations. Following all aspects of the procedures and policies are important. Not following aspects of the policy, such as the following up on DWOs, for example, can delay the billing process. Therefore, failing to do one aspect of the policy will result in a verbal warning. If the issue persists for the same aspect of the policy, then you'll have to attend mandatory training. It is great to practice contingency behaviors, such as reaching out to a supervisor if, for example, you think you're falling behind on your follow-up tasks. Reporting. If you see that someone is not following the procedures or policy, it is important to report this because it can reflect negatively on the company and negatively impact the patient. Additionally, reporting noncompliance deters future noncompliance because it shows that the company does not tolerate noncompliant behavior. This is the end of the presentation, and after the presentation we will work in groups to identify whether the example DWOs handed out are valid, using the process we discussed. If they're not valid, try identifying what's missing. Thank you.